Lawrence, what I really like about your playing is that I understand that both pieces are probably newer, right? Yes? So still work in progress, but you are playing like a lion. You're so brave. You're not a quitter, you're not giving up. And some difficult places in Beethoven with arpeggios, you know, this stuff, and this especially the last dance, they are technically very challenging. I like your determination, how no matter what, how you keep the rhythm, keep the tempo, dynamics, character. I would say that technically what I would work on, definitely not here and not right now, I would work on your posture body. Because your shoulders are very stiff. And it doesn't really let you play better, more confident, and more effortless, okay? This is certainly not something that we can fix in 20 minutes, especially because we have some other things to talk about. When I was listening to you, I was doing what I usually do when I listen to my students. I'm trying to sort out in my head which things I need to address first and which things can wait. But with my students, I have numerous lessons on the same piece, right? With you right here, I'm seeing you today, and we have extremely little time. So I definitely need to decide what we work on, and I have to skip many, many interesting things that I could tell you about these pieces and all that. But we need to do first things first, right? Okay, so let's go to Beethoven. At the beginning, can you try to have more prominent first chord, even in piano, but more, and then lighter 16th notes? Because it sounded the opposite. Let's try. Give me more of the top. Right. Do you have to, because you pick up your hand and when you go down on 16th notes, it looks again like the downbeat, literally. Up, down. Can you just stay closer? Okay, and it doesn't go to F, it goes to D. Because first you put an accent here, then you remember, and still put an accent here. Yes? Okay, then there are little things that are really important. Let me show you. Look at the music. This quarter note, G, does not have staccato like this do. And you're still playing it staccato. The phrase sounds differently. Okay? Of course, you can continue working on broken octaves and everything else, right? So technically, you are competent. You're basically making it happen. I just don't feel the level of security that you need to prepare it for a performance. But you still have a month, okay? Now, let me show you something interesting. Can I? You see, in this piece, there are many sforzandos on syncopations, right? And there is a common mistake or problem that people have. Making this sforzando in both hands. You're doing this. You know what I mean? If there was no left hand, it would be simple. And definitely not. Right? So. And find the place where we have a similar problem. Somewhere else in the movement. A similar problem. Do you know what I'm talking about? Look. Look, where is that? Sit with me. Let's play only the right hand from here. Only the right hand. Let's go. Together. Aha! So when you are playing the right hand alone, of course, after a sforzando, this sounds like the ending, right? But when you play both hands, you put a huge accent here. Why? Because of the sforzando line. You understand what I'm saying? How do you need, what do you need to fix that?
I can play with separate hands.
A lot. To understand the logic of each hand separately. Right? And then this is a very common problem. Basically every student does that. At first, right? And then when you practice the right hand alone, left hand alone, and you try to be not a pianist but a conductor. Two different instruments. When two different people play their own sforzandos, there is no problem of coordination because each one is doing his own job, right? You need to be like a conductor. You have to hear independently these two instruments. And believe me, I will tell you something, it's a secret for some people know it. The coordination lives in your brain. The coordination doesn't live in your hands. You understand that? Which means, if you can just simply stare at this place and try to hear inside your head, to hear it correctly done. If your brain can process it, and you can hear this sforzando and diminuendo at the same time, as soon as you are able to imagine it, you will sit down and do it. Because it has nothing to do with hands. And everything to do with your brain, which needs to process two contradicting premises at the same time. Does it make sense? I'm not even going to ask you to try it, because it's very difficult to fix it on the spot. Okay? But this is something that you need to work on. Also, I think that places in this music that are more heroic, decisive, have this strong character, they sound more convincing to me than lyrical places. The second theme. Even with these accents, the character is still the same. And I think you're a little bit changing it. Is this what you want to do? Are you doing it on purpose?
No.
No. Look, I think that the entire second theme is very singing, very beautiful. Could you try it again, because this is important. rushing so much, trying to check all the points in the time that we have left. I wanted to talk to you about this place because there are two ways to look at this. One is the way you're doing. You have two people talking pretty much at the same time. Nothing wrong about that. Absolutely nothing wrong. I would do it differently. I would do the first time. You know what I'm saying? It's still a duo. It's still a dialogue, definitely. But instead of constantly interrupting each other, I mean, again, you can do it this way too. But I feel that it's more polite to let one person talk so that the other person, instead of interrupting, says, yes, I hear you. You're right. I know. So participating but not competing. And then you get a chance, give a chance to the other person to talk. And then the other voice supports and reacts. Can we try it this way? Again, it's only my take on it. There's nothing wrong in doing it the other way. But you're Russian. You're doing this. It's not. It's anyways. Yeah, Lawrence. Does it have to be either or? It's not white and black. I didn't tell you to kill this completely, right? Because right now you decided to ignore. I didn't say that. The other voice says, I hear you. It's just that when you played, I almost didn't follow this, the second part. It was clearly a composition. I'm saying that the melody in the top voice is still primary, but it doesn't mean that you completely need to ignore this. Try one more time because we have to go on. Can you right away get the solo voice? More sound here. I don't care that you play it with the right hand, that's fine. But the sound must match. Match the crescendo. Right here. No. Do you see how your D is so small? You make this crescendo. And then nothing. I have a question. Do you have to do it with finger 3? Why not with 1? Da 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 da. 1 and jump. 1. The best jump is from 1, right? 1 in right. Okay, Lawrence, we have to run. I mean, honestly, I would have several lessons with you on the piece, not because you're playing not well, but because a very grown-up piece, and there's a lot to work on. But I need to rush through. Okay, my compliments on this. This is the same that I already mentioned, right? Here, I just want you to listen how do. You little bit underestimate this note. Sometimes it doesn't even sound. That's interesting. This note is supposed to resolve in B, and it does, except that B is one octave lower. Okay, but you have to hear it. That's why I put this little line. It's all about your ear, okay? Yes, one more thing. This was very heavy. You should, I mean, this is not 5 forte, just 1 forte, right? Sforzando, but nothing else. Right? So be careful. And this is the same again. That I wanted a little more clear. You can start a little slower. Right? Oh, pedal in this place. Okay? And same here. I wouldn't do. I wouldn't hold pedal.
Only to half.
Yeah, yeah.
But we started we actually are fighting with Lawrence because
Fighting with Lawrence?
yes,
Oh, I told you they're fighting,
because
right?
he doesn't use pedal. If it is not marked in the music, he is not using pedal. He is the only one of all my students who I have to tell use pedal.
We need to talk about it. Maybe not right now. The pedal, did you tell him the famous phrase, the pedal is the soul of
I don't
the
know
piano?
how many times.
It's the soul of the piano, okay? It just makes the sound ring. It makes it more beautiful. It can help create beautiful sound effects. To give up on piano is like, I don't know, not to ever go outside and look at trees and flowers, but to stay at home. I don't know. I mean, it's a whole different conversation.
So
Okay?
that's why he got today for the last couple times.
I see.
I don't say him it is too much of pedal. He uses pedal.
Maybe even each.
Okay.
Okay, but definitely not the whole bar. All right. So how much time do we have for 3 dances? 3 minutes for 3 dances. 3 minutes for 3 dances. Quite enough, right? Okay. So I have to put it in just bullet points. Sit down. I will play it faster, even sharper, secco, dry. Oh, sorry. Because yes, you're doing staccato, you're doing everything right, but I didn't feel the nerve. You know, it's kind of laid back, mild. Can you try just being? And the chords. Imagine that have needles growing from them, like this. You need to bite these chords. And a little more flat notes. So that articulation exaggerated staccato and a little more tempo. This is what was missing for me. Otherwise, everything is fine. Ritenuta molta. That's another thing. Sometimes you know that it's ritenuta, you think you are doing ritenuta, but in fact, you are not. Ta 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 tam pam pam pam. Ritenuta molta. This is the same, this is the same. Same here. Ta 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 tam ta 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 tam ta 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 ta. Yes? Here, you're playing very nicely, really nicely. I would suggest two things. The left hand is too loud, especially when it comes closer in register. Right? The melody is the queen. So the bass and everything else a little more tactful. With all the interesting hidden voices here, I hear exactly what you are thinking and trying to do. It's just that the left hand is too much for me.
Today, because yesterday it wasn't.
See? Same thing as with Beethoven, right? Your teacher says something, and as a good student, you do that, but a little too much. So finally, going from one extreme to another extreme, they should meet somewhere in the middle, reasonably, right? Okay, very good. And another thing is that I think that this piece could use more rubato, definitely more rubato, because this piece is between two very rhythmically organized, strong pieces. The first piece and the third piece, they're almost like little engines, right? This one is oasis. It's very different, right? You can afford so much more rubato. Did you say this too? Did you that too?
No, he did. When he just started playing, he was naturally doing so well. My mom was here.
And then we can.
It touches my heart. And then at some point, Lawrence did it too much.
And again, you tried.
Yes. And we just talked yesterday that there is a line of being sensitive and to that.
Listen, let me show you something. Rubato is not stretching anything anywhere or rushing or pushing for no reasons. There is always a reason. If you want to show a secondary voice, a beautiful harmony, something unexpected, or to finish a phrase, for example, you're playing like this. That staccato doesn't fit. I wrote listen. Just listening a little longer to last notes of phrases. Do you hear how I just show a different note, right? That's all. It's a small reason for tiny little more attention, right? Okay. Work on rubato. You know. I mean, you will meet in the middle. You will definitely meet in the middle. Ritenuta, Lawrence. Calculate carefully, ritenuta poco, ritenuta molto, and molto lenta. It was all the same, even here. Where it says molto lento, just one like this. I really appreciate, it's difficult. I appreciate everything that you're doing. I guess as you played more, how old is this piece for him?
2 months, less than 2 months.
Less than 2 months. You know, it's a difficult piece, and I just feel that it can be more outgoing, it can be even more brave. I feel that you are being a little bit cautious, and it's hard not to be if you're not 100% sure about, you know, technical places, right? I just feel that this piece, as I always tell my students, it's cooked. No, it's mixed. But now it needs to go to the oven and bake. And the oven, where is the oven? On stage. You just need to perform it more times. You know what I mean? Yes, because as long as we're working, you know, very often, even when we want to do a run through at home, even when you plan to play a whole piece from beginning to the end, and then you make a mistake, what do? You stop and you start fixing it, right? We all do that. I feel that with this piece you need to get much more mileage just playing it through. Just playing it through, okay? Because I hear details, I don't hear the whole piece yet. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Yes? And if possible, have more run-throughs. Even for your friends, family, pets, toys, I don't know, okay? Just play this piece more. Because you have all the ingredients, it needs to be more flashy. Okay, we are done. We made it. I wish we had more time, but this is what we have. Thank